what happens when you recover, and how do you even know when you have recovered? I get this question asked a lot with the people that I'm helping and in my YouTube comments. So in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what does happen when you are recovered and how to know that you are recovered. When I'm helping people recover, sometimes they'll say things like, I cannot wait until I recover. I'm going to be so happy. I'm going to go and have a party. I'm going to go traveling. And maybe you're thinking like that as well, because right now your life is pretty bad. You're probably right in the midst of DPDR. And I know exactly what it feels like because I've been there myself. That's actually one of the things which keeps you in it, because anxiety, it sort of creates this world which isn't real. It's like anxiety, it tells you what to think and it tells you what to believe and it tells you what's true and not true. And so I know that it can feel impossible. But the thing is that as you start to recover, part of the recovery process is to challenge all these thoughts. And once you start to recognize it and challenge it, then you start to recover and your life gets a little bit better. And then it gets a little bit more better. And then you start to feel hope. You start to see light at the end of the tunnel. And you truly believe from the inside that you are going to recover. And so when you recover, you are just you again. And you're a stronger version of you because you have a lot better understanding of what you're thinking and some of the triggers that you've got. But also because you're gradually getting back that control, getting back that help, challenging everything, changing your way of thinking and seeing the world for how it actually is and not how anxiety wants you to see it, then it's just a process from being not recovered to recovered. So that idea of, having a party or being so happy when you are recovered, there's not an actual day where you go, oh, I'm recovered today. It's just a slow, gradual process. And so what it might look like is you might all of a sudden realize, oh, I haven't had that anxious thought in a while. Or even something like, oh, actually, I was really nervous just then, but none of the symptoms came up. You're just getting back to normal. And the amazing thing is that when you work on your recovery, when you actually do stuff, when you challenge it and actually work on your mindset and stuff like that, it never, ever, ever comes back. And I completely promise you that. And the reason that it does never come back is because you're so strong now. You've covered your body in a massive, thick coat of armor. So DPDR can't ever challenge you again. And so how to tell if you're recovered? It's easy. You don't have any symptoms anymore. You're not even thinking about it anymore. You're not checking in. You're just living your life. If you're just living your life, you don't have symptoms, you're not checking in, you're not wondering, DPDR isn't even a thing anymore, you are recovered. And that's why in the forums and YouTube comments and stuff like that, you never really hear from people who have recovered, because everybody is in there saying, is this good? Should I do this? How do I recover? And all that. But once somebody has actually recovered, they're out of there. They don't want to be a part of that anymore. Not because they don't care, but because it's not important to them anymore. They don't need to do anything. They just want to move on with their life. And so that's why you might not see so many recovery stories in there. And that's proof of their recovery, because it is just not important for them any longer. I hope this video has helped. If you want to get in touch with me, all the info is in the pinned comment and the description, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.